Okay, chapter 16 is special senses. And by special senses, we are talking mostly about eyes and ears, sight and vision, and hearing. Okay, so the eye is obviously very complicated. And like again, you do not need to know the anatomy specifically, but just to have some basic idea. Here's the eyelid. The lacrimal duct is your tear duct right here. You've got an iris, which is the colored part of your eye, and it has muscles that open and close your pupil, which allows light in. You have your sclera, which is the white part of your eye. Then behind that part is a lens, and the lens brings the image into the eye where it goes through the main part of the eye, which is called the vitreous body. It has vitreous humor, which just means fluid in it. And the image, the light hits the back of the eye, the retina. We have an optic nerve that brings the signals to the brain. Okay. And that's basically the eye in a nutshell. Okay. You've got the layers of the eye, which we kind of discussed. The sclera is the white part. It provides strength and shape to the eye. The cornea is the front part. It's transparent. It has no blood supply. The conjunctiva covers the outer parts of the eye where the lids are. Okay, as far as the middle, the tunics of the eye, the choroid has the blood supply. The iris, I said, was the colored part, regulates the amount of light by dilating and constricting. Okay. This gets a little more too complicated for your purposes in this class, but just to give you some context. The rods and the cones are in the back part located on the retina. Okay, and this is kind of everything else. You have your lacrimal gland, which secretes tears here. And you have a lacrimal duct, lacrimal sac, and that kind of connects to the nose. Okay, the ear has to do with hearing and equilibrium, and the cochlea makes that possible. Okay. We have the outer ear, which is considered the pinna, the external ear, and that really ends right at the eardrum. The eardrum is called the tympanic membrane. And behind the eardrum are three little bones or ossicles that vibrate, and they'll move fluid in this. This is the cochlea here, this spiral-like device, and the fluid will vibrate and stimulate the vestibulocochlear nerve that goes to the brain, and the message gets interpreted as sound. Okay, that was a quick fly through of some anatomy, but like I said, you do not need, we will not be testing on anatomy, but just to give you some context for the word roots. Okay, audio has to do with hearing. Okay, audio, hearing, not the ear, but hearing. Okay. Blephara, one of my favorite terms, word roots, has to do with the eyelid. So if you were to get blepharitis, your eyelid is inflamed. Corneo has to do with the cornea, that transparent, clear outer covering of that sclera. Okay. Kerato. We had this one when we talked about the integumentary system, where we discuss the waterproofing or the horny tissue of the skin. In this chapter, it's going to refer to the cornea again. So kerato is cornea. I've been using this word on purpose, lacrimo. Lacrimo refers to tear, or the lacrimal apparatus, which is to do with the tear system. So a lacrimotomy has to do with an incision in that system. Okay, don't worry about dacroma. Dacro is also a term that has to do with the tear duct, but for this chapter, we're gonna only ask that you focus on lacrimo. Mastoid. The mastoid is the bone near the mastoid process. So mastoido has to do with mastoid. And that is the bone closest to your ear. Okay. Tympano, I mentioned that word for tympanic membrane, or moringo have to do with the eardrum. So this eardrum right here that divides the outer ear from the middle ear is tympano or moringo. Nyctalo has to do with night, and we'll learn soon that opia is vision. So to have night vision is nyctalopia. Okay, ophthalmo and oculo. So that is referring to the eye. Okay, ophthalmo and oculo is referring to the eye. So if you've got conjunctivitis or blepharitis or an infection in your eye, you would not go to lens crafters. You would go to an ophthalmologist, an eye doctor, for diseases of the eye. Not diseases of vision, diseases of the eye. And here's the difference. That's what I was trying to make a big deal out of. Opto or optio has to do with the eye, yes, but vision specifically, not diseases of the eye. So optometry is the measurement of vision. Optical is pertaining to vision. Okay, oto is the ear. And in the beginning, I said audio was hearing. So audio is hearing, but oto is the actual ear. So otorrhea would be discharge from the ear. An otoscope visually examines the ear. Phaco has to do with lens, the lens of the eye. It magnifies the image. Photo is light. Photophobia literally means fear of the light, but it's referring more toward not really liking the light or the light bothering you. Okay, presbyo has to do with old age. So as you age, things get less flexible. If you have presbyopia, you may not be able to see or read up close, and you might need magnifiers or reader glasses. That's what presbyopia is. Pupillo or pupil has to do with the dark spot, the pupil, that allows light in. Retino has to do with the retina in the back of the eye, the inner layer. Okay, salpingo. Salpingo has to do with tubes. In this case, auditory tubes or eustachian tubes. We'll see salpingo come up again in the female reproductive chapter because it has to do with fallopian tubes. But for now, it's tubes, the tubes of the ears. Sclero, meaning white of the eye. Don't confuse that with sclerosis, which means hardening. Okay, so sclero in these cases, as a word root, means the sclera of the eye, the white of the eye. Vitro has to do with the vitreous body of the eye, the whole globe shape, fluid-filled body of the eye. Okay, some suffixes. Opia and opsia are vision. Kousis, so we had audio and now we have kousis for hearing. Both mean hearing, unlike auto, which means ear. Ptosis, remember we don't say the P, has to do with downward displacement. And in this chapter, most of the time we're going to be talking about blepharoptosis or downward displacement of the eyelid. Phobia, like I said, was fear. Okay, some abbreviations. Perla. Okay, this is something that if you're going into the clinical or even health informatics, this is something you're going to read in charts a lot that has to do with vision or head injuries or a neurological assessment. PERLA stands for pupils equal, round, and reactive to light and accommodation. So that's what it stands for. Pupils equal, round, reactive to light and accommodation. Here's what it means. When someone flashes a flashlight in your eyes, pupils should be, number one, equal to each other. So left and right should be equal. They should both be round and not diamond shaped like a cat. Okay, if they are not round, that is a problem neurologically. They should be reactive to light. They should constrict to the light. And then when you remove the flashlight, they should accommodate. They should go back and dilate to adjust to the room. So that's what pupils equal, round, reactive to light and accommodation means. Perla. Okay, some vocabulary. Cerumen is earwax. Also another wonderful word. Cerumen is a technical medical term for earwax. Vertigo, a lot of times has to do with the inner ear, is a sensation of spinning either of oneself or of the surroundings. Okay, and then we've provided some wonderful practice with wonderful pictures for you. But before I stop, I just want to show you something to help you not get confused here. Okay, I'm going to do my best here to draw. And of course, it always defaults to yellow. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna type in not yellow. Let's pick red. Okay, so for here, how do I want to do this? Vision, eyes and vision on this side. And over here, we're going to have ears and hearing. Because remember, one is the organ, one is the sense. So we have, for eyes, we have oculo or ophthalmo. Ophthalmo. Okay. For ears, we have only auto. Auto-Rio, otoscope, an ophthalmoscope, and an otoscope can be kind of combined. Okay, for vision, we have opia, or opsia. Okay. I think that's it for vision. Yeah. Okay. For hearing, we have a few things. We have audio as a word root or kousis as a suffix. Oop, it's gone off the screen. Okay, so I just want you to, oh, I missed something. I knew I missed something. Vision. So the vision is opia or opsia, but vision as word roots are opto or optio. So an optometrist studies the measurements of the eye. An optician may formulate your glasses. Okay, but vision, not just eye. I think of oculo like the virtual reality headset. One of them is called the Oculus. Those are your eyes, right? In the virtual reality, the Oculus is your eyes, right? An ophthalmologist, like a more complicated word, is going to deal with diseases of the eyes. But you wouldn't go to lens crafters if your eyes were swollen shut because of some infection. Okay. But you would go to lens crafters or an optometrist or an optician if you had problems with your vision. Okay. Now they're going to work closely hand in hand, but understand the difference there. And then audio and kousis for hearing, but oto is different. Okay. And for both, you could see an ENT. Okay. Really more the ears, nose, and throat. Okay. But they're going to work closely hand in hand. But I just wanted to kind of show you that, as that always every semester confuses people. Okay. I hope you have a good time studying. Be working on these chapters, flashcards, practicing Quizlets, and good luck.